When it comes down to it, would you stand in front of a bullet? When you hear it go bang, bang. When you hear it go bang, bang. When it comes down to it, if I put it in your hand, could you pull it? Could you make it go bang, bang? Could you make it go bang, bang? Could you make it?
What is up, ladies and gentlemen from YouTube? I'm your host, Grant, as always, to do another review here on One Fair Review. And today we are looking at the Happytime Murders. I think that's how it's called, but I could be wrong, of course. The basic plot of this movie has to deal with a puppet by the name of Phil Phillips. Yes, that is his real name. Teams up with Melissa McCarthy and an officer by the name of Edwards. These two were old partners back in the day, and Phil Phillips was once the first Muppet or puppet officer, I guess. That is how they put it in the movie. However, a murder seems to be on its way, killing every member of this one TV show called the Happytime Gang. I think that's what they were called, the Happytime Puppets Family. Anyways, they're killing every actor on that show, and it's up to Phil Phillips and Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, I know her real name, but she's pretty much Melissa McCarthy. It's up to them to solve the case, and the movie's 90 minutes long, and that's really all you need to know. Wow, yeah, I was not surprised by this movie. I really wasn't. It was pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be. When I originally saw the trailers in theaters, I was not impressed with what I was seeing. I did not enjoy the humor. I thought it was a little bit too easy for my taste. Very cheap shots. And then I was going to the movie pretty helpful because I do like the Muppet movies. I do find them enjoyable films. And I was hopeful that this movie could probably go beyond that, and maybe it just had terrible trailers. Maybe the marketing team would just use the worst gags in the movie, but no, what you get from the trailer is pretty much what the movie is, and it never deviates from that formula. The movie is very crude, and crude in the worst way. I'm not a prude when it comes to these kind of things. I enjoy crude humor. I enjoy stupid humor, and I'm not one of those people that's easy to turn down stupid movies. I mean, I'm the type of person that loves MacGruber. I think that's a great movie. I think The Dictator was a great movie. I did think Zoolander is one of my favorite comedies of all time. And there are tons of movies from the 80s and 90s or 70s that are stupid comedies or crude comedies, and they're done very well, and I enjoy watching them. However, there gets a point where it doesn't work, and that's when it's too easy of a gag. There were some moments in this movie, and I want to say 3 moments that made me laugh because they were actually kind of clever, or there was some witty banter that I was like, okay, that kind of works. But then they immediately always go down to the F word, the fuck. That's like the punchline for everything. It's like hey, fuck you, oh fuck you too, oh fuck you, oh fuck you. It's like that's the punchline. Those are the kind of jokes you'll hear in the movie. The word fuck is everywhere. And when it comes to penis, you'll see penis everywhere. That's all they ever say. Penis this, penis that. Or they, oh, suck your dick for this. Oh, unless you're talking about your penis. That's the jokes we have. Ha 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 ha. It's funny. Oh, this puppet is coming obsessively all over his office. And it's silly string. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. And everybody in the theater was laughing. Granted, this movie wasn't packed. But everybody around me was laughing at these idiotic jokes that I just was like, what the fuck are you guys laughing about? There got a time where I was just like, oh my god, shut up, everybody. Why do you find this funny? Why is this hilarious? Nothing funny is being said. They're just doing cheap shots. You know, what's funny to people? Oh, the word fuck. And fuck doesn't work as a punchline. That's not the punchline of a joke. You can use it in a joke, of course, to add more dramatic effect to it. And you know, penis, the same thing. It could be a funny punchline, but just saying the word isn't funny. Just saying the F word isn't funny. Just saying penis isn't funny. And just showing a guy cum everywhere isn't funny. We need a little bit more depth to these jokes, a little bit more thought out planning, and it would have been fine. But no, it's not fine because it's just cheap shots. Like, oh, people laugh at it. Dummies will laugh at this in the theater. we'll put them in the trailer and people will just come and we'll see the money roll after that. That's the mentality of these people. And the worst part about it is that when it comes to a comedy, in my opinion, the worst thing for a comedy is to not be funny. When it comes to a movie can fail miserably, like a superhero movie. It could fail miserably, but have some important scenes. I was like, okay, I like that. But when a comedy isn't funny, then there's no reason to watch the movie, essentially. And the story in this movie is very basic. It's very, it's not even a clever mystery. You pretty much know what the mystery is. Like halfway through the movie, you've already guessed it, and it's not very interesting. And there's so many plot holes. There's so much inconsistency. There's so many convenience in the movie. There's these the structure of the movie just doesn't work, and the plot holes really get in the way. And then there's characters that come into the movie and they don't play a part at the end of the movie. It's like, okay, we never see them again. Okay, whatever, fine, I guess. And at the end of the movie, there's like this huge plot hole, and the ending of the movie doesn't make sense at all. But they could have fixed it by just adding one little detail. But because they didn't add that one little detail, because they didn't go the extra mile and just like, oh, let's add this in there so it makes sense for our audience, they didn't even do that. They just throw jokes. They just throw jokes at you. This is the kind of movie that the jokes in this movie. 2 jokes in this movie come up. There's an FBI agent in his car, and he's hearing the song, "So Call Me Maybe." I don't remember the name of the song right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That one song by that one lady whose name I won't mention. And then of course there's that "Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Tell," that crap. It's like you have those kind of songs in this movie as punchlines, and they don't go anywhere. So you kind of know what you're kind of getting into. Really, the jokes just don't work. They all fall flat. They all do, except for, like I said, a few moments of banter that I thought were kind of funny. Most of the humor just falls flat, and they don't last. And it's very unfortunate, because I do think the 2 main characters in this movie are good. They're not good, but they're likable. They have charisma. Phil Phillips, the puppet, and the actor who plays him. And then, of course, Melissa McCarthy's character. I don't remember her name. Edwards, there you go. I think both of them have good chemistry. I think both of them have charisma. And I think both of the people are funny. They can be funny, especially Melissa McCarthy. I want to mention that right up front. I think Melissa McCarthy can be hilarious. I think she's hilarious in The Spy. It's a great movie. But she's put in this role, and she just doesn't work. It's like they were just like, okay, Melissa, just say fuck all the time. Say fuck. Fuck. Like, that's all they do. That's it. That's the humor. I haven't seen a comedy that's infuriating me this much, that was this frustrating to watch, since Sausage Party. Sausage Party was a movie I wasn't surprised going into it that it sucked. However, I will give this movie a little bit more credit. There were things I did think were actually kind of good in it, but not really. To briefly go over things I guess I liked in this movie, I will admit I did like the puppetry. I liked the world, I guess. The world was very interesting in the fact that, okay, it's everyday normal society, but with puppets everywhere. There's puppets. All right, fine. It's kind of like having cartoons everywhere. Like, oh, okay, I can buy that, Roger Rabbit, something like that, or Cool World, whatever. It's like, okay, fine, that's cool, I guess. And I like the idea that they want to take it more seriously, have this buddy cop movie. Great, I love buddy cop movies. Then again, the last good buddy cop movie I could think of was Dread from 2012, and the last shit one I saw was Bright from last year, so take that for what you will. But, I was like, okay, this stuff I kind of like. And the puppetry, I have to say, was really cool. At the end of the movie, they show, like, the behind the scenes of the puppetry, and I was like, okay, I like this. This aspect I thought was cool, and the puppetry was very believable. Like, they were very believable. I really liked it. But there's no substance there. There's no depth. There's nothing. They don't develop anything. There's, like, this racism subplot in a way that exists in the world, but they don't utilize it. It never pays off. Like in Zootopia, there's like this clear prejudice towards like the predators in the movie. But for one, it has an importance in the plot. It's very integral to the plot, and it plays a role. Whereas here, it's like, oh, people are racist towards puppets, and that's it. Any explanations? No, they're just racist towards puppets. Like, we don't see anything. It doesn't pay off in the end. It's not like everybody's like, oh, we love Phil Phillips now. It's like, the world doesn't really care. I don't know. It's really dumb. It just doesn't work. And I think that's the best way I could describe this movie. It doesn't work. And I was miserable watching this in the theater. I was absolutely miserable. I wasn't bored. I was miserable because every joke was frustrating. Every joke was easy. Every joke was a penis, fuck, come, sexual stuff. Oh, look, we have sex humor and they're puppets. They shouldn't be doing that. Oh, those puppets. It's like, it's not funny. Give me something funny. I don't know. I went into this movie ready to have my mind changed. I went in with an open mind. I was like, okay, change my mind. Make me like this movie. Make me love this movie. But there was no charm. There was nothing likable about it, essentially. I thought most of it was infuriating to watch. It was very frustrating to watch. It reminded me a lot of Sausage Party in just the low effort that was put in to make this a good film. Nothing worked. And this is a comedy. And it's not funny. And the worst part about a comedy is if it's not funny, it's not worth watching. And to me, this was not worth watching. I didn't find it funny. I didn't like it at all. In fact, I hated this movie. I hated this movie. And I hope to never watch it again. It makes me cringe just thinking about it right now. And it makes me cringe to think that there are people who are actually defending this movie and who are getting mad at me for saying, oh, The Meg wasn't that bad. Yeah, The Meg was not that bad of a movie, okay? Big fucking deal. Get over it. All right? This movie fucking sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I hope to never watch this again. I hope to never argue about this again. My final verdict is a 2 out of 10. The murder, Happytime, mystery, whatever the fuck this movie is called. I don't care. I hated it, and no, I do not recommend this. I suggest you stay far, far, far away from the Happytime blunderbuss murders, whatever this movie is called. Who cares? I don't care about this movie. Thinking about it right now, I'm frustrated that I went to go watch this, especially a matinee of this. I guess a matinee is cheaper, so I guess that is the best thing I could give it. It was cheap to go watch it. Whatever. Anyways, have you guys watched this filth? If you have, tell me what you thought about it in the comments down below. Please don't forget to leave a like and make sure to subscribe, share with your friends if you care enough. And actually, share this with your friends. Tell them that this movie fucking sucks. I'll see you next time on One for Review. As always, have a nice day.